Hey everybody, this is Chris with Night of the Living Card Games. Tonight, I'm running through another game of Marvel Champions, but instead of doing my random hero, random aspect progression, I'm taking a pause to participate in the Marvel Champions monthly podcast's organized play event. So, the Marvel Champions monthly podcast group have gotten their hands on a organized play kit, one of the latest Mutant Genesis ones, and so they're putting out a little bit of a online community promotion where people do a weekly challenge, submit their results, and then put your name into a hat to get a chance to win one of the booster packs. For many people, myself included, their local game stores either were not able to get a hold of one of the kits or chose not to. So, this is one of the few opportunities that we have to get one without going on eBay or someplace and paying an exorbitant markup fee on it. So, this week's challenge, which is the first one, is Klaw with the Brotherhood modular set up against hero of your choice. So I decided I am going to take Spider-Man Miles Morales up against this, and I'm going to play on expert mode. So just in case you don't have a lot of experience with Klaw, real quick. So in expert, I'm going to start on phase 2. Klaw is a 2-scheme, 1-attack villain. However, with his attack, Klaw gets 2 or 1 additional boost card for each attack. Attack only, not scheme. He comes in with 18 hit points per player. However, when revealed in phase 2, it says search out and put the Immortal Klaw side scheme into play and reveal it. And the Immortal Klaw side scheme is a 3 threat per player side scheme with the acceleration icon, and Klaw gets plus 10 hit points while this is out. So that is why I say at 28 hit points. Looking at his main scheme, 1A, the underground distribution. It has setup instructions. It says to go find the defense network side scheme, put that into play. Defense network side scheme is a 2 threat, but it comes in with 1 additional threat per player, and it has the hazard icon. Or I'm sorry, that's the crisis icon, so you can't thwart the main scheme while this is out. When we flip it over to 1B, it is a 6 threat per player scheme, starts with 0, goes up 1 per player, and when revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, and then put that minion into play engaged with the first player. So we're going to do that. We get a weapons runner right away. Weapons runner is a 1 scheme, 1 attack, 2 hit point minion. Normally, out of the encounter deck, he would get Surge, so he would come into play, and the boost effect is he puts it into play. So these guys come out all the time. They're minor little guys, but you can't get rid of them. So taking a look at the Miles Morales Spider-Man, on his alter ego side, Miles Morales is a 4 recovery, 9 hit point civilian, and then he has a response after you change to this form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. On his hero side, he is a 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, champion, and web warrior. And he has 2 specials. Venom Blast, special, deal 2 damage to an enemy and stun that enemy. And Spider Camouflage, special, give Spider-Man a tough status card and confuse an enemy. So he loves status effects, and he is dishing them out all the time. He's a lot of fun. He's very powerful. Put together a leadership deck for him. So, and I'm also rocking the Miles Morales Spider-Man by the same token player board, just to really get into the theme. So let's give it a start here and see what happens. So in alter ego, he is a 6 card hand size hero, and in hero he is 5. So we start with a Maria Hill, Peter Parker Spider-Man, rapid response, meditation, and web of life and destiny. All right, so nice as Spider-Man Peter Parker is, I'm going to get him out. I'm going to keep a rapid response. I'm going to keep web of life and destiny. I'm going to keep a meditation. I think I'm going to keep Maria Hill as well, just because with her and Miles, I can get rid of the Immortal Claw in one turn. I'll pitch the second meditation, and let's do two more. Another rapid response, and arachnobatics. All right, well, let's start this thing and see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to... I was going to put meditation for rapid response. But that's not going to work out great. So instead, I'm going to use meditation. Oh, no, I can't do that because of it'll be alter ego. So, all right, meditation and rapid response. I'm going to spend 2 to get a Maria Hill out. Maria Hill is a 2-cost, 2 thwart, 1 attack ally with 2 hit points and a response after she enters play. Each player draws 1 card. So defense mechanism. Okay, we are going to flip over into hero form. We are going to play Weapon, Life, and Destiny, which is a 3-cost support card. And it says ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has the Web Warrior trait, which hero form Miles does have. Has a response after a Web Warrior ally leaves play. Choose a player. That player draws 1 card. And that doesn't exhaust the card or anything. Just anytime a Web Warrior leaves play, you get to draw a card. All right, so let us start by Maria Hill is going to thwart 2 off the Immortal Claw. And then we are going to use Rapid Response to play a Defense Mechanism upgrade. So there's a 1-cost upgrade with a hero response after your hero uses a basic power, so attack, thwart, or defense. Discard Defense Mechanism and resolve the Spider Camouflage ability. And the Spider Camouflage ability, again, is I get a tough status card and I can confuse an enemy. So we are going to thwart for 2 off the Immortal Claw to get rid of that side scheme, which also means that Claw goes down those extra 10 hit points. And then I'm going to discard Defense Mechanism to resolve the Spider Camouflage ability. So we get a tough status card, and we are going to confuse Claw. And I'm going to keep Arachnobatics in my hand, hopefully for next turn. So we'll draw back up to 5 cards. So we get a double life, Genki Lee, Jefferson Davis, and make the call. All right. So villain's turn. So we get 1 threat on the main. He goes to attack, and so he's attacking for 1, 2, 3, just 3. That takes the tough off me. Weapons runner attacks for 1, down there, and now we get our encounter card, which is an advance. Ugh. So 2, just 2. Gonna have to do something about that quick. All right, so our turn here. Looking at what I want to do here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to first spend Jefferson Davis to play Arachnobatics. So hero action, deal 2 damage to an enemy. If that enemy has a stun status card, deal 3 additional damage to it. If that enemy has a confused status, deal 3 additional damage to it. So if they were stunned and confused, you would be able to do 8 damage to it. So I'm going to attack Claw. Because he is confused, I get to do 5 damage to it. So that takes him from 18 to 13. I think what we're going to do here is we are going to thwart with Maria Hill, which does take her out. And then, as nice as Genki Lee is, I'm going to spend Genki Lee and double life to make the call Maria Hill back out. And she draws me a card again. That is Avengers Mansion. And then we are going to have her thwart off the last on Defense Network. And then Spider-Man is going to... You know, he's going to punch and take out the weapons runner. And then we're going to flip ourselves down to Alter Ego. And then I get to choose a Spider-Man card in my discard pile and shuffle it back into my deck. I think I am going to put in Defense Mechanism back. Shuffle that up. All right, and then we'll ready ourselves up. Draw up into my hand size. So we've got Avengers Mansion, Across the Spider-Verse, Make the Call, Nick Fury, Spider-Man Hobie Brown, and a Web Shooter. Okay. Villain phase. One goes on the main. He would scheme, but he is confused. And we get one encounter card, which is Sonic Converter. Attached to Klaw, he gets +1 attack and a force response. After Klaw attacks and damages a character, stun that character. And I can spend one of each resource to discard it. Okay. Well, that's going to change how I'm doing things a little bit here. So I'm going to spend 4 to get my friend Nick Fury out, who will then draw me 3 cards. So Make the Call, Ghost Spider, and Defense Mechanism. Okay, I am going to spend Ghost Spider to get a Web Shooter out. Web Shooter is a 1-cost upgrade. Has 3 uses on it. Get my thematic use counters out on it. And as a hero resource, you can exhaust it and remove 1 web counter to generate a wild resource. All right, we're going to flip ourselves back up. I think Nick Fury is going to take 2 off the main, and I think we're just going to have Maria Hill do the same, and that will defeat her. And then I'm going to use my Web Shooter to play down a Defense Mechanism, and then we're going to Punch Klaw for 2. And might as well just trigger Defense Mechanism right now. So that is, again, I get to do Spider Camouflage, which gives me a tough and confuses the villain. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Make the Call. I know a lot of people don't like to keep any cards in their hand when a turn ends, but I'll keep them. So we got to Make the Call. We got a Helicarrier, Power in All of Us, Swing In, and Web Shot. All right. So villain phase, they get 1 on the main. Nick Fury defends for me, so he's attacking for 1, 2, and then Weapons Runner comes in. So that is enough to defeat Nick Fury. And he would stun Nick Fury, but he is out. Weapons Runner is going to attack me for 1. Do I want to lose my tough status card? I kind of don't. So if I defend, that'll reduce the damage, so I won't lose my tough status card. Nah, you know what? We'll just deal with it. Alright, and then 1 encounter card is Assault. Guess I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so he's attacking me, and he's going to end up stunning me, I bet, because I don't have any way to stop that. So he's attacking for 1, 2, 3/4, and then this boost card, Homo Superior, has a boost effect. Attach this card to a minion and give it a tough status card. This minion gets +5 hit points. So this is now a 7 hit point, a 1 attack, 1 scheme minion with a tough card. So that's not going to be great. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm down to 8, and I am stunned. That could have gone a lot better. That's okay, though. All right, so we are going to spend power in all of us and make the call to get a helicarrier out. We're going to use a helicarrier and one of my web shooters to play web shot. So I'm going to deal 4 damage to an enemy. That will be Klaw. If you paid for this using a lightning resource, which web shooter's a wild, so that counts, resolve Venom Blast, Spider-Man's Venom Blast ability, which is deal 2 damage to an enemy and stun that enemy. So we will stun Klaw as well. And then we're just going to, I'm going to flip down, and then I'm going to recover for 4. And then when I flip down, I get to take a Spider-Man card back into my hand, or back into my deck. So I'm going to do Defense Mechanism again. Again, just the sheer amount of status effects that Miles dishes out is amazing. All right. Oh, and this. Oh, I couldn't have done that. Okay, so he's got 2 left on it. Sorry. I would have had to attack regularly to clear that stun first. So I'll say I did that instead of healing last turn. So. All right, so and we're going to ready ourselves up. I'm going to keep swinging in. So we get 6, Ironheart, Power Within, Double Life, Energy, and 1 more Web Shot. Okay. All right, so we're going to get 1 on the main. He would scheme, but he is confused. Weapons Runner does put 1 on there, and we get our encounter card, which is attached to Homo Superior again, attach to a minion and give it a tough status card. Otherwise, it gains Surge. It doesn't say limit 1 per minion, so this is now a 12 hit point minion with tough. This Weapons Runner is massive, and he is never going away. All right, so my turn. I'm going to start by spending 2 to get an Ironheart out. Ironheart is 2-cost ally, 1 attack, 1 thwart, 2 hit points in response. After you play her from your hand, draw 1 card. So I draw Arachnobatics. So I can do some interesting stuff with that. I am not going to heal. We're just going to flip up. I am going to spend Double Life and Helicarrier to play Swing In. Swing In is a 2-cost event. Hero action, remove 4 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this card using a mental resource, resolve the camouflage ability. So I'm going to retcon that real quick. I'm not going to use Double Life. I'm instead going to use the last charge on my web shooter to get that kicker. So I remove 4 threat, and I get to trigger camouflage, which is giving me a tough and confusing an enemy. And then I'm going to use Double Life to play Arachnobatics. So that is a 1-cost event. Hero action attack, deal 2 damage, +3 if he's stunned, plus another 3 if he's confused. He is stunned and confused, so that is 8 damage onto Klaw, which takes him out to phase 3. So phase 3, he is a 3 scheme, 2 attack, 22 hit point villain with toughness. Nothing else on reveal. So we're just going to put 22 out here and tough. Alright, so Ironheart is going to ping the tough off him. And I think I'm going to leave it at that just because there's no point to put power within out because he's already stunned. And same if I had the money, same for web shot, that requires a stun. So we are just going to attack for 2. And we are going to leave it at that. Ready ourselves up. Oh, draw back up to my hand size from the correct deck, not the encounter deck. Again, I'm going to keep power within and web shot. I get a Gamora, meditation, and power in all of us. Alright, not spectacular, but with web shot and power within, I'm sitting pretty good anyway. So, alright, so 1 threat goes on the main, would attack, but he is stunned. Weapons Runner is going to attack me. I am going to defend, so I take no damage. My understanding of the timing rules is you do the defense first, and then if there's any damage remaining after that, it then goes to tough. So since there would be no damage taken, tough does not go away. And we get 1 encounter card, which is Sonic Boom. Either spend 1 of each or exhaust each character. Well, that worked out pretty good. I'll exhaust Ironheart. Okay, so we are going to spend Gamora and the power in all of us to play Web Shot. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you pay for this card using a lightning resource, which I did, resolve the Venom Blast ability, which is deal 2 damage to an enemy. So that takes him down to 14 and stun that enemy. I'm going to Helicarrier to put power within. Down, again, that's a 1-cost upgrade. After you use a basic power, do the Venom Blast. And I think I'm actually going to flip down here. And I get to shuffle a card back into my deck. A Spider-Man card. And yeah, I think it's going to be Web Shot. Let's get my... let's get my damage stuff going here. We got him within striking distance, so let's just go all in on damage. Alright, I'm going to pitch Meditation because I don't think I've got any big cost cards that I'll be drawing. And then let's ready ourselves up and draw back up. The hand size, 6. Swing in, Web Shooter, Defense Mechanism, Kalu, Web Shot, and Genius. Alright, enemy phase. 1 goes on the main. He would attack, but he is confused. And the Weapons Runner does put 1 down. Our encounter card is Gang Up, Surges into Shadow of the Past. I feel like D20 woodworking. Shadow always wants to come out on me now. Alright, so Spider-Man Miles Morales' nemesis is the Prowler. He is a 1 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit point minion with the criminal trait. He also has Stalwart, so he cannot be stunned or confused. When revealed, if you are in alter ego form, give Prowler a tough status card. Well. Right, and he comes in with the side scheme Tracking Prey. It comes in with 4 threat on it. Has an acceleration icon, and it says when revealed, if you are in alter ego form, place 1 acceleration token here. So it is now a double acceleration token. This one isn't bad. His Nemesis set isn't bad if it catches you in hero form, but it can be a pain when you're in alter ego form. Unfortunately, I am. All right. Shovel those 3 other cards in. Explain those as they come out. All right, now let's see here. Can I get to 14 damage? And that answer is no. I do not have enough damage to do that. But I can probably do a few things. All right, so first things first, I'm going to use a helicarrier to play a web shooter. Let's get those resource generators out. Now we are going to flip up. I'm going to swap this around a little bit. I'm going to spend 2 for a web shot. I am going to deal 4 damage to an enemy. That enemy is going to be Klaw. And then I did not. Do I want to redo that? Yes, I do. All right. I didn't pay for that with Genius. I paid for it with a web shooter and Kalu, so that I get the kicker. I'm going to do 2 damage. I'm going to use the Venom Blast ability to do 2 damage to Prowler, which takes the tough off, but does stun. Oh no, he can't be stunned. That's a poor choice on my part. Okay, so we're just going to do it here. Let's get it far down as possible. We are going to spend Genius for swing in, remove 4 threat from a scheme. It's going to be over here. Let's get that out of here. And if I use mental resources, which I did, resolve the Spider-Man camouflage, the Spider camouflage ability, so I can't give myself another tough status card, but I can confuse Klaw. And that's it for that. So I'm going to just attack for 2 here. All right, so we're 6 away, and we are going to be attacked a little bit, and we're going to be getting an extra encounter card. I'm going to keep the defense mechanism in my hand, and then draw back ready myself. I'm going to leave Ironheart as a potential blocker. Defense mechanism, web shot, strength. That gives us an encounter card. Shuffle this up. So that is enough damage. Web shot is enough damage to take out Klaw. So all I have to do is survive the encounter phase. And usually when you say that, that's when the encounter phase just comes and hammers you. All right, last 2 cards are Spider-Man Peter Parker and Maria Hill. All right, let's see what we can do here. Villain phase, 1 on the main, so that is 4 out of 6. Klaw can't attack because he's stunned. Prowler attacks for 2. We'll take that off the tough. And Weapons Runner is going to attack for 3. Again, I'm keeping Ironheart as a blocker. And now we get 2 encounter cards. 1, which is an Armored Guard. See, I told you. Armored Guard is a 0 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit point minion with guard and toughness. So I have to take him out before I can do that final 6 damage to Klaw. And then Blob, who is a 1 scheme, 2 attack, 6 hit point minion with guard. Alrighty. So yeah, this went a certain way, didn't it? Alright. So we're first going to spend Spider-Man to get defense mechanism in. So these two are upgrades. The power within is when you use a basic power, you get to do the Venom Blast. Defense mechanism is when you use a basic power, you can do Spider Camouflage. I'm going to, not Helicarrier. I'm going to spend 2 for Maria Hill. Draws me a card, which is Across the Spider-Verse. Alright, I gotta get rid of these guard minions. Alright, so Maria Hill is going to take 1, ping the tough off of that. I'm going to use Web Shooter and Helicarrier to play web shots. And I'll use the wild resource as a energy, so I get the kicker. So deal 4 damage to an enemy. I'm choosing Blob. I paid for it with a lightning resource, so I am going to resolve the Venom Blast ability, which is another 2 damage, and stun it, but that's 6 damage. And he's out. I'm going to then... maybe I should... I'm going to punch the Armored Guard for 2, because I just remembered Venom Blast is not technically an attack, so I could get around guard. So I'm going to do that, and then I am going to trigger Power Within to do Venom Blast. So let us... let's do it up here. So that is 4... and is stunned. And I'm just going to have to accept the fact that that's going to pop, because I need to flip down. I think I'm in pretty good shape all in all, so I get to shuffle a card in. So we're going to shuffle Web Shot back in. Not overly concerned about popping that main scheme. It just puts another minion in play. Yeah, it'll be annoying if it's Armored Guard, but I'm in pretty good shape right now. Ironheart is going to just do 1 damage, take herself out to get rid of the Armored Guard. Right, and now we're going to ready ourselves up. Right, I don't really need to cross the Spider-Verse at this point, so let's see what we get. We get Web Shot, Energy, Kalu, Swing In, Double Life, and Meditation. Okay. Looking pretty good. Let's see what the encounter phase does to us. Alright, so 1 on the main. He would scheme, but he is confused. Prowler schemes for 1, which causes this to pop. So we get to Secret Rendezvous. Main scheme 2A. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, and then put it into play, engaged with the first player. Hey, we get an Armored Guard. Again, annoying, but not the end of the world. Right, Secret Rendezvous is an 8 threat per player scheme, goes up 1 per player, starts with 0, and if that pops, we lose the game. Okay, so that was Prowler, and Weapons Runner will scheme for 1. Armored Guard would scheme, but he's got a scheme of 0. Right, encounter card is Illegal Arms Factory. Illegal Arms Factory is a 3-threat side scheme with the hazard icon. And when revealed, place 1 additional threat per player there. So it comes in with 4. And next turn, we're getting extra encounter cards. Okay, so we definitely don't want that happening. So the question is, how do we get that to happen? All right, so we are going to spend double life and swing in to bring in Kalu. Kalu is a 2-cost, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit point ally with a response after Kalu enters play. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add that event to your hand and shuffle your deck. So top 5 cards, event, double life, Arachnobatics, and make the call are those. I'm going to take Arachnobatics. Shuffle this up. I don't think it necessarily matters because I think we'll be able to just win now. All right, so Kalu is going to attack for 1 to take the tough off this guard. Maria Hill is going to attack to put 1 damage on it and knock herself out. I am going to flip on up, and I am going to attack for 2, which takes out this armored guard. And then I'm going to trigger defense mechanism to resolve spider camouflage ability, just because I can. Give myself a tough status card and confuse an enemy. And then we are going to use Helicarrier to play Arachnobatics. So deal 2 damage, plus 3 because he's stunned, plus another 3 because he is confused. So that is 8 damage. And Klaw is defeated. So that is a win on Expert Klaw with the Brotherhood encounter set against taking on Miles Morales, Spider-Man with the leadership trait. Throwing status tokens around is a great amount of fun and gives you so much ability on where you go. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested, I'll put a link to the Marvel Champions Monthly podcasts Discord channel where they have the information on the challenge. If you want to join in, they're doing it weekly for the month of April. Week 1 might be up now because it's Sunday when I'm recording this. But you would have 3 other opportunities to jump in, play the game, submit your result. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. All you need to do is submit a result to be entered into the drawing. And if you're not familiar with the Marvel Champions Monthly podcast, I highly recommend it. It is a lot of great content and good conversation there. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll be starting my next campaign set of taking random Guardians characters with random aspects through the Mad Titan Shadow soon. And so start looking for those on this site. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, whatever. But overall, just thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day.